Well, thank you very much for the introduction and, of course, for the invitation. Yeah, speaking with 25,000 merchants is a bit tricky, but happily I can say we have also 20 leading e-commerce associations, so we're speaking indirectly with 25,000. And simply our mission is to unlock the potential of the whole European market. The problem is, as to be, when you are the last speaker, there's a lot of things you want to comment on already. But at the same time, a lot of things already been said. I decided to keep the next slides rather simple, because it's the end of the day. But if I do miss something, please let me know afterwards. I think this will be the most complicated slide, because yes, we are very happy with all the developments with online payments. It's crucial for the e-commerce market, but as I already told, we also see actually the risk of fragmentation if we don't focus on interoperability, for example, via the standardization of open APIs. And we really think that it's needed because a lot of things are happening in the field. I won't dive into all of this, but you know, as Parker said, there are many balls already up. There are many more coming. Hey, real time, that's the only bullet I have on instant payments. APIs already mentioned, virtual currencies, etc., etc. But most important, this all will disrupt the European payment market and it will change the consumer behavior. And that's crucial for us as merchants, because what the consumer wants is what we want, because we want to sell goods. And consumers will make or buy anywhere, anytime. There will be no distinction anymore between online and offline. Of course, I now have a focus on the online world, but for the merchant there is no difference. He will buy everywhere. I think in the coming years we finally will see the digitalization of e-commerce. Until now, most of the web shops are actually an online version of the offline world. But why should you have separate baskets? Why not one basket in one cloud? So also that will have big impact on the way we shop. And the distinction, as I said, between online and offline will disappear. Perhaps we will be more like an on-live consumer. And on-live in total retail. Total retail is omni-channel. So again, omni-channel will be the new standard. And the challenge is how to adapt to those changes. We have to come up with new payment methods. A good example is the credit card. Yes, it works online, but it has to make suitable for the online world. But you can't blame the credit card. It wasn't built for the online world, but it has to adapt to the online world. But the challenge is not to make the old suitable for the new, but to create really something new. And therefore we need a change in perspective. We really should focus on what does the consumer want. That's the starting point. And from that perspective we really should work towards a seamless shopping experience. Central idea is of course convenience and seamless shopping. And for me always Uber is a great example of the way I like, well, to pay is perhaps not the right word, because you're not aware. Okay, at registration you have to fill in your credit card number, etc. But afterwards, the only thing that remembers you that you have to pay in the end is that you are asked to rate the driver. Well, that's no problem. But it's mentioned a lot of time. There is always the big problem of the tricky balance between convenience and security. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that question as well. In reality, we see many risk-based approaches. And yes, that works, but not in all situations. And I'm really happy with the example MasterCard gave with tokenization. I think it's a step forward. I'm not quite sure it's the ultimate solution. Partly because we don't know what other developments will come up in the next few years. And apart from that, some consumers want to use other payment systems or don't have everything with them. But again, I can't look in the future. And Perhaps tokens aren't the solution. Perhaps biometrics is the solution. We believe that the development of biometrics is great for the seamless shopping online, one-click buy, but it also stresses the importance of further standardization, as biometrics will have a huge impact on the online world. But I think it's not only important to keep your PIN code or your secure code safe, but also your personal data. Because who knows, will data become the new money? Of course, in some sort of way you already pay with your data, but why not more active on it? You want to know how, when my birthday is, okay, but then I want that or that. And then it's really crucial how your data is stored. And of course there is great regulation, but enforcement, that's the really tricky part regarding security. And as said, there are great technical solutions on the market for the security issues. But the challenge remains between the ease of use and reachability of the different solutions. For merchants, it's really important that all payments, the payment systems they use, have a huge reach. If no consumer does use it, we're not interested. And after that, it's really important that it's easy in conversion. The payment system should be easy to use. Otherwise, people won't use it anymore or abandon the basket. But perhaps the wearables can be of help here. A wearable in combination with biometrics, who knows? To be honest, I stop here with an open end. It's for discussion. A very short overview of the things we see that are developing. Security is crucial here. As a matter of fact, security is a given fact. The whole online world is based on trust. And if people don't trust the online world anymore, I'm afraid we'll be out of business.